Y'all, I don't know how I'm going to last in New York City. Like, it is so cold here in North Carolina. It is the middle of September. It's in the freaking 60s. I'm freezing. All my winter clothes are still in the garage packed up, and this is gonna be a long journey. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a really quick kind of mental health check-in, weekly check-in thing that I'm trying to do. It kind of serves as like a video diary for me, but also just to give you all insight on how things are going. So here we go. I think that the theme of this week has just been like learning that, in order to not drown, you don't only need to keep up with the current, but you need to go past the current. You need to move ahead of the current. And that's what I am slowly learning. And so kind of what I mean by that is that grad school is a lot of work. Like, man, who knew? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of reading. And I need to learn that skill of reading like what's important versus just reading everything. And so I kind of read this article on, I think it was on APA. And it was basically just like, when we read, normally like books and stories and narratives, we read linearly. So we beginning, middle, end. But when you read for graduate school, it's very strategic and you have to learn to pick out those things that are going to be important and that you need to know. So that's definitely been a big lesson for me and something that I'm still trying to cultivate. And then also just learning my own bandwidth. I have realized that I'm the queen of overcommitting myself and putting a lot of undue and unnecessary stress on myself when I want to do so many different things, but I, I just don't have the time and I don't have the bandwidth. I've been doing a lot, and right now I have the energy to do those things, but I am a little bit nervous just to see if I'm gonna burn out or if things are gonna become overwhelming, because right now I've been helping with the Black and Mental Health Week, which is a Twitter and Instagram campaign to kind of foster community and support one another, people who identify as Black in mental health research or advocacy or practice. So I've been really involved with that because our week kicked off like this week. So I've been definitely involved in that, and then working on stuff for my website, doing YouTube videos, out in the community, working on a few projects right now that I'm pretty excited about. And also it's an election year, so with my advocacy and activism, I have tried to be really visible in my community and in social media, getting others to vote and educating myself and others about, who's up for election, especially locally. So a lot of my energy has been going towards that. And then I realized like my PhD work kind of it's learning to, I guess, prioritize things, because I've learned that my schoolwork is kind of becoming secondary to some of the personal initiatives that I have, and that's not why I'm here. Like, school should be first, but when I am working a demanding job where I'm a project manager and I am manager of 2 program evaluations and working on another project, it's been a lot of time and effort. And then also, getting involved with research at Columbia and wanting to be really good in that aspect and really plugged in, not only in one research lab, but in 2. And so that plus my personal things and plus, just trying to take care of myself and trying to do well in classes has been a lot. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about the future because I do tend to overcommit myself. When I started school, I kind of heard 2 different schools of thought or frameworks about a good mindset for graduate school. And one of them was like, oh my God, you only have 5 years. Like, this is it. So, pack everything in, do everything in these 5 years because it's going to go by like that. And then the other people are like, you got 5 years, like, slow down. You don't have to do so much. And I'm trying to find where I fit and how I balance those 2 things, because I do want these years to be great years. A lot of people, talk about how stressed they are during the PhD, which I think is normal and valid. I've already started to feel that, and it's like week 3. But others, talk about how graduate school allowed them to find their interests and find their group of people who they really vibe with. And I want that to be my experience. I want it to be an experience of growth and having fun in my 20s and learning more about myself and perfecting my craft and learning my craft to begin with. So I just hope that it can be a good experience for me. So this week is much better. I'm doing a lot better balancing and prioritizing things. I'm doing much better just mentally, I think with stress, because it is overwhelming starting online when you feel disconnected from other people and you feel disconnected from your loved ones around you, because I've been hauled up in my room doing work like 24/7. If it's not for schoolwork, it's working on my personal projects. And so trying to balance my life with with school has been a learning process. And I can just say I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. No tears this week, so I praise God. I am so happy for that. I think I just have more of a positive and happy mindset right now, and that's life. I mean, I feel like there are ups and downs to every transition in your life. I mean, you're excited and you want to do things and everything's new, and so you just have this adrenaline and desire to do a lot and to do more. But there's also nerves and there's fear because this is new. I think I've been working in psychology and mental health research for a few years, and a lot of that stuff isn't new, but the practice of being a therapist and counseling someone else is very new to me. And sometimes I'll read something and I can feel like my stomach drop, or like that butterflies feeling in my stomach, just because I'm like, oh my gosh, like one day I'm going to be expected to actually help people in like a therapeutic setting. And it's scary. It's like, oh my gosh, someone's going to trust me with their mental health, and I get nervous about it, but it's also really exciting, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. So that is my week 2 check-in. Things are good overall. If you're in graduate school and you are struggling with mental health, or you're doing really well and thriving with your mental health, I totally want to hear about it and know what things are working for you and what's not working for you as you go along this journey. So don't forget to subscribe and check in next week for more updates.